Alright, back on this Cherokee here. If you haven't seen it, it's pretty dadgum nice. I know it's not the nicest one out there, but I like it. So let me give you a little tour around it and show you what it's about. I got it needing a motor, and during the summer I rebuilt the motor. So got a good motor in there, well, refreshed. I'm gonna get on that. I did something wrong, but we will see that. Last video, it needed a radiator. I got that took care of. Just kind of walk around. Like I said, it's not the nicest one left out there, but I simply just enjoy fixing these up. Like, I know these ain't gonna be my breakout videos, get tons of views, but I was doing this in the first place, and at the end of the day, I've got a nice Cherokee. Body wise, it's pretty daggum mint. It's got a few things to paint back here. Well, I guess I can just show you. So we got to work on them. Nothing major. Headliner, obviously, it's a Jeep, needs a headliner. It's the Limited, so it's got door pockets, wood grain, leather seats, which obviously need work too, but it's a project. Kind of smells funny. No, y'all can't smell it, but, and this one, I could have swore this was, I thought they started this in 2000. Could be wrong, but I just checked. It's a 8 of 98, so that means as long as the door is right, that's 99, or actually the first 99 ever made, or month wise anyway. Yeah, it can start. The battery's a little dead, but I always like the motor. Well, no, it's all sleep. On the older ones, you can actually hear the injector go over the motor, so good running motor. But it does have one little dilemma with it as far as the Cherokee. If you look right there, there's no shifter. So I've got to fix that. And if you didn't watch the other video, I've already changed the transmission and transfer case, but I didn't do the front end. So right over there, I got a front end I just cleaned up, letting it dry by the heater. That's the fan you're hearing. So got to get a coat of paint on there, and then got to tear this thing apart. What's so ironic, I know you care less, that's another project over there. That one's 4-wheel drive, it's getting demoted to 2-wheel drive. This one was 2-wheel drive, it's getting upgraded to 4-wheel drive. So that's another video, but I'll explain it then. But as far as I know, while y'all are here, we'll go ahead and make the full round just to make sure you see everything. Good on this side. A little more light. Some random mud grip tire. I ain't figured that one out yet. Like I said, it needs windshield. It's just a project. It's gonna be pretty mint when it's all said and done though. I know that. I do have the front clip too. So let me raise it up and I guess get this front end out. Get that front end in. And then after that's said, on the outside, that's pretty much it for what I'll be doing. And then I get to start doing leather seats. I've never had a leather seated Cherokee. I've had plenty of WJs, ZJs, but I actually want to drive this Jeep, and it actually drives really good. Surprising for a Cherokee. All right, I don't think there's much to see, but we'll walk under here. You can see shiny motor. That's the motor. It's got a few new components I didn't put on there, but I'm gonna try to keep all of this drivetrain, or not drivetrain, like steering components, springs, shocks, brakes. That one's just an axle. So like I said, it's not a beautiful one, but I got a transmission in here, transfer case. Do not have the linkage. That's something we're gonna work on. And other than that, I mean, it's, from what y'all can see, it's gonna be a 4-wheel drive Cherokee. And one funny thing, when I get this axle out, I'll show you the motor. When it was like 100 something degrees, I was in my brother's shop and I was just racking these motors out left and right. So I wasn't spending a whole lot of time on just little knick-knack stuff, but I just wanted some motors for when winter rolled around, I could put them over in some of these Cherokees I got. And I skipped the oil filter adapter O-ring, and I put all this together, and I thought I did the rear main wrong. I was like, what the world? And I'll show you when I get it out, but it's kind of comical how it makes it look like it's the rear main, but technically it's running down and down and down. Yeah. So I'm gonna get that took out. You ever just make good mistakes? I didn't even pay attention. I got the front end completely out. It's laying over there. I ain't even painted that one yet, so we still got to work on that. But this is what's crazy. People argue up and down all the day with me, but until you've seen the stuff I've seen, it probably doesn't make sense. It's just a mental thing. You hear the phrase low miles, you think stuff's good. So that one over there's got some really crappy looking bearings and they may be bad. I don't know, I'm not saying that yet. But this axle, so I know they don't look brand new, but you see how that shiny is right there? That means it's pretty new. That one's still tight. You can see how it's resisting. But like this one, probably put in the same time. You can tell it honestly looks newer, but I know y'all probably can't hear it, but that little noise that's going on, that would roar. So it's supposed to have rolling resistance. So that one, even though it looks new, it's already bad. So now what I'm gonna show you, like I said, this motor, I did like the basics on the inside of it, you know, pistons, rings, rod bearings. Should have done mostly all the seals. Probably didn't do front seal. They never seem to go bad. But check this out. I kept smelling burn off. I was like, man, this motor should be burned off by now. And then I noticed a rear main seal leak. I was like, no way. So if you look, that's usually about where the rear main would leak, down this little dust cover. I was like, I'm pretty sure I put that in there and I feel like I did a decent job. What happens is the oil filter adapter right there. I'm going to crank it up, but if you see right along in there, it'll leak out right here, run down. It'll jump in this little valley here of the oil pan gasket, flow all the way back, and then it'll get to wherever it feels like and then drop out and boom. Looks just like a rear main seal, but it's not. I'll crank it up, let it run a second, see if I can get like a trail started, but that's well, I might fix it on this video. I'll show you a tool I made. Of course on video it's not going to participate, but kind of cleaned up around everything. When I did the radiator, I pressure washed everything, so all the oil residue's gone. But like I said, it'll start there, it'll jump over that, it'll just get in that little ridge, all the way back here. And yeah, you can see it's dry. Bit antifreeze on me somewhere. Where's that coming from? Maybe it's just something that ain't dried up. I'm gonna get this puppy cut off and get some paint on that axle and keep moving forward. Sucks, it's like 20 degrees. Gotta go get shifter parts. Somebody was supposed to get them when they tore a Jeep apart, but somebody forgot. Well, I guess I spoke too soon. I just did a radiator, brand new water pump, it's painted. All the hoses are new. I don't know where that come from. It's like it just splattered from somewhere. It's crazy. Put everything brand new and something still goes wrong. I figured out. After I turned the camera off, I looked and looked and looked. I crunk it up and let it run. I don't know. I have to say I don't know. It kind of looks like it was slung this direction. So I don't know if it come off. I don't even think the electric fan works. Maybe it was in that pulley, but it's slung this way. And I was like, hey, look at it right there. So I was looking at it right there. And then I was like, it's on this tire. So I don't know. I checked everything. Got a few drops down there. So I run it. I guess we'll just give it time and see. But I tightened up that clamp, but I don't know. I don't know. It's not part of the video. So went and found, luckily if you look right there, Justin had some actual black paint. I get criticized for whatever reason. People like criticizing you for using gloss black. When you put it on, I admit it's glossy, but give it like 3 weeks, dust and all that, it goes back to looking just like that. So whatever, here's to satisfy people. I got to get some more just regular black paint. Oh wow, it actually built up pressure from being under the heater. When I pulled the vent off, it sprayed stuff all over me. So get it put under there. I'm probably not going to do any other mods. I want so bad to put one extra spacer in the front, level it, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to leave it bone stock, same springs, I think. Let me get her back up on the lift. All right, I try to teach something in every video. If you're ever changing front, rear end, well, ZJ, WJ, If you can just get them hooked in the uppers and then go up with your floor jack, however you're doing it, and just start buttoning everything together. I did this on another video, but I don't think it's gonna work on this one. But took the cherry picker, raised it up, hooked it in there, had a bunch of slack, it was free, but motor, it's just not looking good. So I might have to go old school and just wiggle it around, scratch the paint, but it'll work. So got everything hanging up. Like I said, you just hang them by the upper bolts, make sure that get them in there in the right direction. This one, keep in mind, always has to clear right here. And this one, crap, I didn't get it all the way in. Oh well. Usually hits right in there, so try to get them. Oh, that's one thing, low pinion. 99 should have come with a high pinion, I get it, but while this Jeep's in my possession, it's just gonna be a daily driver. So actually running pretty low on high pinions, kind of unbelievable, but I mean, I got some, I'm just not giving them away. So had this one come out of a 2000 wreck, I was like, it'll get the job done. So should have been a high pinion, it'll work. So I'm gonna get this puppy put back together and get it on the ground. And luckily I got about 2 hours of daylight. You need a full drive shifter, bezel, and some linkage. Maybe that's it. We'll knock this out. Alright, got everything put under here. Still like all the rubber bushing, got to tighten them on the ground. Supposed to. Not going to say I've always ever done that, but you should. Got to get the sway bars on the ground. Set the toe. Need to check the oil. Maybe I won't forget if I leave a ratchet like that. So like I said, got everything under there. Looks like it should. Still got to tighten everything up. So, do have a drive shaft. Got that. Got all the bolts. Let's see. Bracket is on the transfer case, missing a bushing as usual. So I've got that linkage. So I need to go get a linkage, and then this bracket and that thing up there. Golly, living life on the edge, ain't you? So it's absolutely freezing outside, but I need parts. I guess I could just steal them from the squatted Jeep. I ain't even thought about that. Yeah. Somehow, out of all these Jeeps, well, this row particular, this is the one that I usually get everything off of. Somehow it just keeps on giving. I forgot. I converted it to four-wheel drive years ago, so you can see that bracket up there is just tack welded. That's what I say. I'm gonna try to do this in a little more professional, I think. I'll get up there and try to start pulling the carpet. I may change my mind, but this one had shifter bracket and then shifter bezel, so we've got that covered. Now I need that and a set of linkages. So start looking. As much as I don't want to, I said I wasn't going to do this, but I don't think there's any way around it. The bolts are dang near right down here. I know this carpet's cold and hard, but there's literally, I don't know. Well, let me break that part. I don't care about this one. We might can make it happen. I didn't want to weld to that body. So maybe that carpet will be a little more pliable, and I can just cut this one, and then we'll not have to cut that one up there. I don't know how y'all people do it. It's like probably only like about 39, but it's, man, it's cold. I can't hang. Jeep don't even like it. So I do think I got everything I need. I wanted a pigtail for a speed sensor, but I'll just extend the wires. So got the light for the transfer case shifter too. Back to the shop to see if we can make this happen. Come on, Jeep. Nobody likes the cold. I was so worried about the cold, I didn't even get the stupid bracket. I took the bolts out and just left it on the ground. So I gotta go get it. Alright, went ahead and did a little work off camera. Got some stuff buttoned up. I'll just show you. Oil checked out good. That was good. Got the speedo wires extended, split loom them, and I got that bushing in there. That's just, God, I gotta order some of them. I hope they make them still. Other than that, I think I'm gonna use that one. I can't put nothing in until I get my hands in here and do that. So I'm gonna let it down, start taking the interior apart, and then start plugging away on some of that stuff. Should button up pretty fast, but as soon as I let it down, I'm gonna do the bushing so I don't forget them. I don't even think I said it in the video, I hadn't even cleaned it. That's as clean as it was since the day I bought it. It's not even clean. It's just nice looking. I probably daily forget how good I got it, but I was putting the front clip back on, and I needed, let's see, this piece busted, bezel, whatever you call it, headlight bezel, there and there. Wasn't that bad, would have worked. That headlight fell apart, needed a low beam on it, and then this had a crack in it, which was getting everything full of water. So I went to my local junkyard, and guess what? I got a headlight, I got a marker light, and I sure as heck had this. I cannot believe I had that part. So still a used part, but that's perfect because it matches. That's the only downside. I've learned how to paint, and I'm not good at it, which is probably good because it doesn't match the rest of the 20, 30-year-old Jeep. But if you do paint something, it's brand new. Number one, the fade don't match, and then it just, I know you can blend it in. I'm not that good, but just what I'm getting at, like sometimes like a used fender flare. That one's got a little bit of fade on it, but it matches the rest of the Jeep. If I paint that brand new, it looked good, just wouldn't fit the Jeep. Oh boy, this Jeep's coming together. I'm gonna like it. I'm gonna order some new tires for it. Alright, well I'm gonna finish this front clip up, pull it forward, and start tearing the interior apart. Got it all back together. May have to make a few adjustments. Kind of see the hood's a little high, but what do you expect? Got the interior part. Well, not apart. I got it pulled forward where I can start getting it apart. Can't wait to get them in a whole lot better shape. Like I said, I ain't never had Cherokee leather. Overhead temperature does work. 69 in here. Them's gonna be handy. That's the only downfall about a Cherokee. I mean, I like them, but like if you go to lay your phone or keys or chapstick or a piece of gum, it just goes missing. Oh no. Okay, let me get this took out. I've got this motto, I swear I won't put it on a shirt. Takes longer to regret something than to do it. I was trying to do some stuff, next thing you know, I just pulled the carpet. Took the seat bolts out, these screws down the side, and literally that's it. Well, I mean, oh crap, I probably don't know the time from before. It's 5:52. I think, I'm probably look at the videos when they probably took 15-20 minutes. So this Jeep kind of stinks. I mean, obviously y'all can't tell that, but I think they're smokers. So I'm gonna clean the carpet. Don't know if I'll pull the rear. That's what sucks. I would like to, but the tow hooks are riveted in, so I don't know. Never found a good way to replace them. So may wash it right there. So yeah. Now the only reason I took it out because I couldn't get to that one screw. So this should be pretty easy. I just realized that plugs in. I've always spliced one, so I got to go find that harness. That should be pretty easy now. I don't know your situation, but the carpet out was probably worth it because I've done it before, and you have to stick your hand, like shove it, wedge a 2x4, and just sit there and click, and this is what was crazy. I had this out. So I literally reached down, held this while I started the screws. So that was super easy. That's in there. I always teach on my videos. This piece right here, they're all gonna be broke. So don't go to a junkyard looking for one unless somebody has put the metal aftermarket. Just get on eBay, Amazon, type in exactly what you think it'd be called, and it'll probably pull it up. I think they're about 30 bucks. So at this point, push it all the way forward to 2-wheel drive, and since I have it, I'm going to back it up and put it on my lift and make it easy. One thing before I forget, I'll probably do it off video, is especially if you got a vise or something, and I'm going to go get the Y harness for that. But I got 2 linkages, and I'll show you when I get there. But sorry if you're all up there rust belt people, but loosen that one, clean all this up, and sit there and just work it back and forth. I promise you it's easier now than getting it in there. and you're trying to adjust it and you can't tell if it's got pressure and you think it's good and then it's not, it's just one of them you just have to trust me. So let me get on the lift. You want to make sure this thing here real slippy slidey right there, because trust me, it makes it a lot easier. We'll get that popped in there, hopefully it'll fit. Still got to put the drive shaft in. Shouldn't be nothing to that, but I was just showing you while I had it out. This is the part I never figured out. I got my light on, and this light. So like I said, this is the part I've never actually figured out. ZJ actually crosses up, like they'll make an X. Like this one that goes from the transfer case will actually be on top, and this one that comes from the shifter linkage will actually come down. So they actually cross up. I set it up that way. It's, you know, one of them things you're never going to learn because you just keep forgetting it. But I set it up, and then I looked at, well, the other one over there, it's set up like this one. So we'll try it, see if it's right. I had a lot of excess showing right there, but we'll see. So two-wheel drive is all the way forward on the transfer case. So that's all the way forward. And then this is all the way that way. And you would think you'd need like a little pre-tension, like, I don't know how to say what I'm trying to say, but just do it loosely like that and the detent should take care of it. So just gotta tighten that down. Hopefully with that shaft I should have me a full drive Cherokee, the thing everybody's looking for. Alright, I got y'all back here in case that wheel over there is spinning, or you know, peg leg or stuff like that. So as long as the starter will work, see what happens. We'll leave it on the lift. I won't change that starter, I forgot all about it. It's obviously got quirks. It works good, it works good. That's good on there now too. Good wheel stop. Forward high. That's weird that it won't take forward low, because I was sitting there thinking if it was a 240, no, they never changed that. Let's get it back up and check it out. Just in case you didn't know, it was taking 2 high and 4 high, but it just didn't seem to go low enough for 4 low. I don't know, we'll see. All right, let's try again. I think I may not have had the 2-wheel drive shifter all the way forward in the cab or coin or something in the way. Should be in 2-wheel drive if the starter starts. I think you replaced a good starter. 2-wheel drive. There we go. As long as it goes back to 2-wheel drive. Technically, if you read the owner's manual, you're supposed to shift at a 5-mile-an-hour roll and pull it. Nobody ever does that. They just sit there and I'll do a short one day. It's not really part of the video, but since y'all here witnessed it, starter sounds perfect. So I think I'm gonna redo this crusty height right here, and then this one don't really even get tight. So I'm gonna cut them off, put them in a good one of them, and redo that. I'll just see what happens. I hate to just change a starter just for guesswork. I believe that looks a little better right there. Let's see if that starts any different. I mean, it started good. It's just inconsistent. Watch it do it this time. I'll give it a try. Never did figure out the antifreeze. I don't know. For this video, I assume it's got it covered. Got everything done that I wanted on there. I got to tighten the control arms. I forgot them. 4-wheel drive works. I'm gonna say next time you see this Jeep, it'll probably be interior. I'm still not convinced on my rear main. I think I may have screwed that one up somehow, so I'm not ashamed to admit when something's wrong, so I may tear it apart and see what it looks like and go from there. But like I said, as far as like interior seats and stuff, I'm just gonna keep doing random videos, and if people continue to watch them, I'm gonna keep doing them because, like I said, I just really enjoy this stuff. As soon as I lay the camera down, I'm going to work on that one. So appreciate it if you did watch this far. That thing's gonna be a nice Jeep.